the same age as someone else who was almost like they're around the same level, but he would think, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get to the gym at 5 a.m. and I'm going to get 2 hours extra in before he does. I'm paraphrasing, but he goes, and then, 5 years later, that guy can never catch up to me.
Philly was going to trade that pick. And I called, and I told Elton Brand, for sure, he'll tell you, I cannot lie on our pod. I said, Elton, I'm telling you right now, if this guy gets to you, you better take him. Because he should have been gone.
Right.
He should have been gone.
Where did he go? What number did he go?
21.
Oh, right. Damn.
But when you think about it,
21. I don't even remember. It was 21.
I think Detroit took Killian Hayes because he would know this because he's on Detroit as far as guards. I forgot who the Knicks took.
Was that the draft where they took French dude?
Not Nicolina.
No, it wasn't Nicolina. What draft?
Avoid public discussion of roster decisions involving teammates of their own clients. This is not due to a lack of opinions, but rather an understanding that public speculation can undermine trust, chemistry, and internal accountability. Rich Paul's approach differs from this traditional model. Over the years, he has been increasingly vocal in media appearances, offering opinions on roster construction, team direction, and player roles. While his influence in the league is well known, these public comments have increasingly placed him at the center of controversy. In this case, his remarks framed Doncic and Reaves as potential obstacles rather than contributors, while avoiding similar scrutiny of LeBron James. This pattern has drawn attention because it reflects a broader dynamic that has followed LeBron throughout much of his career. LeBron rarely comments publicly on roster dissatisfaction or teammates' shortcomings. Instead, narratives often emerge through external voices closely connected to him. This allows criticism to circulate without LeBron directly engaging, preserving his public image while still influencing discussion. The situation surrounding Austin Reaves highlights why these comments became particularly sensitive. Reaves entered the league as an undrafted player and earned his role through consistent improvement and postseason performance. He later signed a team-friendly contract that provided the Lakers with roster flexibility. Publicly suggesting that such a player should be reduced to a sixth-man role or included in trade discussions, especially by an agent who does not represent him, can be interpreted as dismissive of that development. Similarly, Doncic has been the subject of long-standing defensive criticism across the league. While defensive limitations have been discussed by analysts for years, hearing those critiques amplified by someone tied to the
fair to Austin. I think this kid has shown that he can be, a go-to guy on the winning team. He's improved every single season. Obviously, in certain situations, that would make sense. But with his growth and the way he's continuing to improve and the trajectory that he's on right now, I have to disagree. I think he's earned the right to be a starter. I think he's a household name at this point in his career, and I think he'll only continue to get better. I think opposite, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with Boogie. I'm with Boogie here too. I also think the timing of it is strange. The person saying it is strange, and I know Rich Paul has a man that wears many hats.
Well, Max Kellerman said it. Don't put this on Rich Paul.
But Rich Paul agreed.
Okay.
So I just think it's a weird conversation where the leader of my team, our LeBron James, my teammate, his best friend, his agent, is saying anything negative about our team or my career best season during this stretch of the season. And obviously, we're fighting for a home court advantage. We were fighting to kind of contend for a championship this year. So I just think it's just a little strange. And I like Rich Paul. I respect Rich Paul. He kills it. It's just weird. What if Rich Paul was Austin Reaves' agent? Would he have said this?
Well, he said LeBron can't win a championship. That's worse.
But would he say Austin Reaves should be a sixth man if he was repping
No,
him?
because his 4%.
There is some bias. There's some bias. There's some favoritism there as the podcaster and the agent. Is my point.
But at the same time, I respect his professionalism.
But he also knows Austin Reaves ain't never gonna be a sixth man at this point.
And no, he's definitely like a Mark Bartelstein guy. He ain't going to Rich.
on trust, clarity of roles, and internal communication. When external voices, regardless of their connection, begin shaping narratives publicly, it can weaken locker room cohesion. Players may begin questioning their security, their standing, or whether internal evaluations are being conducted fairly. The Lakers' roster contains enough talent to compete, but performance has not consistently reflected that potential. Addressing internal tension may be as important as any on-court adjustment. That includes reaffirming roles, supporting player development, and ensuring that organizational messaging remains unified. For LeBron James, the situation also raises long-term questions about legacy. Influence has been a defining feature of his career, both on and off the court. However, influence carries responsibility. As the league continues to transition toward a new generation of stars, maintaining trust within a team environment may matter as much as maintaining control over narratives. Ultimately, the Lakers face a decision about how they manage external commentary moving forward. They can allow speculation and public debate to continue shaping perception, or they can reassert internal authority and prioritize stability. The outcome will not only affect this season, but may also define how the franchise navigates the closing chapters of the LeBron era. The situation serves as a reminder that while power and access can shape narratives, sustained success in the NBA still depends on cohesion, accountability, and respect across all levels of an organization.
Beyond the immediate personalities involved, this situation highlights a deeper issue facing modern NBA franchises: the growing overlap between representation, media influence, and internal decision-making. As player empowerment has expanded, so too has the power of agents, not only in contract negotiations, but in shaping public perception. When that power is exercised without restraint, it can complicate the already delicate balance within a locker room. For the Lakers specifically, the challenge is magnified by timing. The franchise is attempting to bridge two eras simultaneously: the closing phase of LeBron James's career and the rise of a new foundational star in Luka Dončić. That transition requires clarity, patience, and internal alignment. Public speculation about trades, roles, and shortcomings, especially when it originates from within the team's extended circle, makes that transition far more difficult. One of the less discussed consequences of these narratives is how they affect role players and future free agents. Players around the league pay close attention to how organizations protect or fail to protect their own. When teammates see public criticism or trade speculation being amplified without organizational pushback, it raises questions about stability. For a franchise that relies heavily on attracting veterans willing to accept reduced roles, perception matters. There is also a competitive basketball element that gets lost in the noise. Luka Dončić's value to the Lakers extends beyond raw statistics. His ability to control tempo, generate efficient offense, and elevate teammates has been central to the team's spacing and late-game execution. While defensive metrics are often cited in isolation, most teams evaluate stars within a broader system context. Singling out one aspect publicly oversimplifies a far more complex on-court reality. Austin Reaves' situation carries similar nuance. His versatility allows him to function as both a primary and secondary ball handler, adapt to multiple lineups, and close games alongside stars. Internally, players who provide that level of flexibility are often viewed as stabilizers rather than expendable assets. Publicly reframing such a player as interchangeable risks diminishing that internal value. From an organizational leadership standpoint, this places added responsibility on the front office and coaching staff. Clear communication becomes essential. Players need reassurance that evaluations are happening internally, not through podcasts or media cycles. Coaches must reinforce trust while navigating narratives that they do not control. Front offices must decide when silence protects stability and when public clarification becomes necessary. League-wide, the situation may also prompt renewed discussion about informal boundaries. While there are no rules preventing agents from speaking publicly, norms have historically existed to preserve competitive balance and professionalism. When those norms erode, it can lead to escalating responses from other agents, players, and teams, increasing friction across the league. This is not about silencing opinions, but about understanding context and consequence. Influence without accountability often creates unintended outcomes. For a league built on relationships between players, coaches, executives, and representatives, trust remains a foundational currency. As the season progresses, the Lakers' response will matter more than the controversy itself. If the organization successfully recenters the conversation on performance, development, and shared goals, the noise may fade. If not, continued public tension could accelerate decisions that are made out of urgency rather than strategy. In the broader arc of NBA history, moments like this often mark inflection points. They reveal how power is exercised, how narratives are shaped, and how organizations adapt or fail to adapt to changing dynamics. Whether this becomes a footnote or a turning point will depend on how decisively the Lakers address the underlying issues. What remains clear is that winning at the highest level still demands alignment. Talent alone is not enough. Championships are built on trust, clarity, and collective purpose. Any force that undermines those elements